Oh, yes! Yes! Let's go! Yes! Come on, man! Let's go! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I was playing on like 2 seconds for so long. For so long. Oh my goodness. And they finally gave me one mouse slip or like one slip up. Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god. That was just such insane concept. That was like 50 moves where I was playing like I needed to keep the checks going and everything had to be right and I couldn't blunder anything. Oh man. Oh, we finished with 7 out of 11. I lost track of my score. 7 out of 11. That is my best performance ever in Title Tuesday. And we beat an IM in the last round who was really playing for the win. Wow, guys. Oh my god. That was so awesome. Wow, what a Title Tuesday.
William Graves, the Gambit man, takes his seat at the board. E4, E5, Knight F3, Bishop C5. The Busch-Gass Gambit on the board. On with the Gambit classes. Hero Pod unlocked.
Alright, well, we're playing in American FM. Alright, let's get this one. A6. Bishop has no future here. We play G3. This is theory for me. Knight H3, strange move, but out of the way of everything. And can help a bit later. Sorry, I'm gonna do something gross. Okay. All good. All done with that. Alright, E5. I want to play F5. I just want to go for it. Like Knight C6, I'm just gonna play F5 anyway. If I'm black here, I'd play G6. This is Knight C6. Like I just want to do it, man. Is there a reason I shouldn't? I mean, I think this is prudent. But I think this just might just be good. I don't know. It's suspicious, but I like making this weak. Yeah, I think like C3, D4 would have made that solid, and then you play F5. Some space. Unclear which way Black's king's going. Takes. I can go Rook F5 also. G6. Sacrifice more. King takes E6. But otherwise, my idea was mainly takes E6. F takes Knight EF4. Okay, they go for this. But now I want to go takes. I'll give them the option. Okay, they castle. They declined my gambit altogether. Here I'm about to not even be down a pawn. Uh, okay, not what I was expecting. D4 here, probably a good idea. Then just knight takes D4. We could just go. Maybe knight EF4 is better. All right, I'll do this. Knight takes D4. Seems like a good. Why not horse XD? The D pawn? Okay, wait. Trade everything on F7 and then knight F4, right? Or I lead with knight F4. No, I like this trade. I assume rook takes. I'm gonna go king over there. I assume rook takes. Okay, now jump into action. Maybe queen check. Maybe and oh, and I take d5, right? They don't have the knight on f6. That's the key defender. This knight, if it could teleport to f6, I think they'd be fine. But it cannot do that, and d5 would fall. Yeah, this is too undeveloped here. I think the king, I've made it a little bit barren, if you will. check. Let's get this. Maybe I could have led with knight d5 and then come in check and taken everything. But okay, king over. I got so many juicy ideas. I got knight e6 and knight g5. I think knight d5 might just be winning, but the other ones look really fun. I haven't seen why this doesn't win. But also this is fun. This has to be good. Take, knight takes, h6. Wait, e6 here. Oh, knight g7. Takes bishop h6, king back, or f1. Ish. Oh, it's so tempting. Takes, knight takes. I have to start with this. Okay, now I need to think on their time. Here, take, h6, bishop h3 was an idea. But it depends where they go. Otherwise, maybe I end up sacrificing here. Bishop h6, rook f1. I feel like it just must work, because they have no pieces. Queen c8. I feel like that was the worst choice of all. It just hands me the game, I believe. Queen f7 is a big threat. Actually, was queen f7 that good? Maybe I should have sacrificed. Why is queen f7 even that good? Take, knight takes h6. Why do I think that was so good? Maybe bishop h3, bishop e6. That's the key. But throughout all this, well, I mean, black has absolutely no issues they're causing me. Like, there's just no, like, even after h6, if I just go here and then threaten to take h6 next turn, that's probably also really good. Queen f5. I believe bishop h... Oh, that might hang the game. Okay, here. Bishop h3, bishop e6. Is that really good? Maybe. I think it's a good move, practical move to play. Yeah, like I said, queen f7 wasn't that impressive to me. Bishop h3 hits the queen. I want to come here. No, my knight's not even hanging. I would love to go rook f1. Or wait, is this just mating? Knight f7 here. Queen f... This is a draw. So unnecessary to sacrifice that. I could have just moved it like a normal person. But okay, I brought in something else. This is just winning. Check even better. Mate. Oh, got him. Let's go. Why not queen g6 there? Yeah, wait, let's have a look. There's a lot of things to have a look at. But that was a good one. That was a good one. I think that was a good attacking game. That was a fun attacking game. Thank you, thank you. Don't flag. Yeah. Okay, well, so we had this line, a6. It's a very valid line. It really takes away squares this way. And any transposition to open Sicilians, it's almost always useful. So the bishops comes this way. They challenge each other. Black kind of stays a bit flexible here. Knight f6, I believe, is a mistake, probably because of... Well, it's not really a mistake. It's actually like the recommended move. But e5 and f4, also not a mistake, but is labeled as such. c4 is an interesting idea, though. c4 is kind of like challenging here. Black, but I mean, the position's closed a bit. I want to play f5. I like the king's still in the center. It's fine because the position's closed, so let's make it not closed. Like, I want to just play f5. So I think here, honestly, g6 is what I would recommend for black. And then, okay, maybe still strike at the center. There's en passant, but then I think c4 again once you have a moment. But otherwise, interesting position. So thank you for the follow, Uziel Ancient. Bishop e7 and f5 is very playable. All right, so here's what we were looking at, right? So if takes e6, sacrifice a second pawn just to go knight f4. So we're threatening that guy. He's weak back here, and the other threat is queen h5 check. So like, for example, if they protect this, then queen h5 check, g6 they can't play anymore because of the pin onto the rook. They can't. With the controller, g6 is always the key for playing queen h5 check. So this is a tough position. They gotta go like knight f8 to be able to play g6 as well. And then I think we just like continue adding some pressure. c4, always also a useful idea. But this is just fun. This would be a really Gambit Glasses moment, and I would have put them on. In the game they took this one. And so then we take, so now if f takes e6, castle's a good decision. Now if f takes e6, d4 is best. d4 takes, knight takes, this other knight's jumping in, everybody's going to get the e6 pawn, queen h5 check, the rook's open, right? So like this is a kind of position where it's like, okay, like we got to kind of understand this, right? They're not castled, and I am. That's not a problem for them because I can't get to the king, right? I like it's closed. So let's just blow it open. Just principally, especially in blitz, like f5, e6, and it's actually good, right? Like let's blow it open. Let's go for it. Let's activate all these pieces, even at the expense of a pawn or something, because they've got nothing out. And as you saw, these pieces did absolutely nothing the whole game because I just went for it. So takes, they played castles, which is correct. d4 now. I mean, they keep calling my moves a mistake when they're like literally like, okay, it's the second best move. All right, I played d4. Um, Knight c4. So yeah, I mean, I thought they were going to take it. Knight takes, and then I just kind of protect that pawn there, and it would be kind of annoying. And they'd have a weakness here and such, and my queen would come out to h5. Lots of good stuff going on here. They played knight c4, which gave me the opportunity to trade everything here, draw the king out. And now with knight f4, so now the king's looking barren, I believe was the word I used. Queen h5 check coming, pressure on h7, pressure on d5. e6 is a square I want to use. And again, these pieces not here. Knight needs to be on f6 to cover these squares around the king that like my queen wants to use. And the pawn as well. But then no one's there, so c takes d4. Still no one's home for this big check. And here we come in. Knight e6. I'm not worried about recapturing this pawn, as maybe they thought I would be. Like if I went here, like queen d4 last turn, I believe that would be a mistake. Like just knight c6, or even worse, queen b6, which would force a queen trade this way. Queen 5 check and knight e6. Here we come. So hit the queen. They step over there, and now okay. I was worried about this, but it's actually just super good. So here we come in knight g5. Good move, threatening checkmate on h7. Lots of pieces operating well. So this is my big threat. Queen f7 is a big threat here. That would be checkmate. Look at the knights guarding all the squares. So they had to take this knight first. Knight takes g5, threatening mate. Queen f5. It's losing indeed. Check, 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 and just grab the bishop, I guess. So nice little pattern there. So h6, they have to still stay the cover here, and now we bring in more pieces. This is all correct on my part. Bishop h3, very proud of this. Engine, you know it's bad when they're saying just give the queen. So queen f8 was played, and now it is mate in 5, which I did not find. So I played check. Queen g6, as was, I believe, recommended in the chat. That is the move. That is the move. It's trying to slither into h7 if they take queen h5. In the game, though, I went check. I sacrificed here. I got two exclams. Here, rook f1. It's completely winning. No worries. Check and rook f7 and mate. So this was all winning. But okay, I had an even better way to do it. But I got some exclams. All right. Subscribe if that goes on YouTube. Here comes the next game. All right, Karo Khan. Let's play. All right, we've played a lot of Von Hennigs. Let's do something else. I can adjust the depth in the review. That is a good idea. That is indeed a very good idea. Thank you. G6. Do I play any G3 or do I play F? I mean, their idea is bishop F5, right? So if I start with bishop F4, I don't want to just encourage bishop F5. I think it's a good move, so I'm gonna try to not allow it. H5, F3, H4, takes, H3. Is that a possible line? Oh, I believe it's gonna be what's happening. I think it's fine for me. H4. Oh no, it's not happening. Okay, well there's no bishop f5. I mean, it retreated to a useless square, but h4 is gonna be annoying. Do I play h4 myself, or is that very weakening? Bishop g5, good move, threatens that. But I guess they're castling anyway. Out of the pin. Maybe not. 4h4. Okay, I think it's a tough decision. Just come back to e2. Stops h4 anyway. Alright, I think everybody's looking a bit better here. Maybe queen h4. I just want to get this knight out finally. They can go either way at this point. Bishop should be pretty stupid in most lines, just running into this. Like, it really should develop that way. So that's my favor. And h5, yeah, h5 looks very, very stupid, so that's good. I would love to play f4, f5 at some moment. Is e5 a break? Maybe it's slow there. f4, there was an e4, but I should have just made it work anyway. Okay, shouldn't be the end of the world. This long term should be a problem, although shorter term, there are other things here. I don't have bishop f4 because of queen b6. In fact, I'm finding queen b6 to be very bothersome. Let's take, I wanted to just kind of go bishop b3 maybe and box in the queen. Oh, they didn't even want it? Alright, let's get out the way. Oh, it's too good a knight. I have to allow this. Or queen c4 pressure here. Ooh. Just didn't even... Oh, they didn't consider it either. Alright, wait, okay. Well, we're alive. I feel like they missed a couple things. Alright, we're down on time, but I think this is solid. Oh, problem? This is forced. Alright, wait, but these are good squares, maybe? Queen e2, I would just take it. No worries there. Bishop f6, probably just rook e1. Other rook's coming in. Here, knight moves, rook can come to d1. I think this is looking okay. Let's go knight f4. Yeah, this is totally fine. The bishops are not looking so intimidating. b4 is an idea of theirs for sure. That would really free these guys, start doing some damage. So we're hitting the bishop right now. It doesn't have an obvious square. Knight d5 is what I want to do. It also controls b4 in addition to making that threat. Rook d6 was an option. Knight c7, could it be annoying? Perhaps. Here, what's my idea? There. Let's go knight b4. Let's take away their ideas. That's a square I'm looking at. Bishop c6 was what I wanted. Oh, we're winning. Bishop b7 next, after rook c8. Yes. Oh, what a fine. Knight a6. Oh, I didn't even plan that. Rook c8, bishop b7, we're winning. That, in addition to trapping the rook. Yes. Rook b6, I take d8, and we're just up a piece for nothing. Oh, yes, I'm so happy I found that. Rook b6, we take that. Yes. Tempo on that. Yes, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I'm pumped. Let's go. We trapped that rook. This is hanging. GG. Let's go. Come on. Those are two big wins right there. Von Hennig Gambit, best Gambit. I've played so many Von Hennigs. I have another video coming actually of two Von Hennigs that I won from last Title Tuesday. But all right, we can keep them going. This is just like the first time in so long that I didn't play a Von Hennig on stream. Yeah, let's go. All right, well, so we got this line. I mean, the main line here is with knight f6, and white gets this diagonal. Of course, like they're able to play bishop g4 and then e6, you know, so get the bishop on the other side of the store. So everything's fine for black here. Queen c7 takes away that, so knight e2 tries to re-threaten bishop f4. Bishop g4 again takes away bishop f4. So castles now have 6, queen e1. So the idea here, so bishop e2 is like the main line now. I mean, you have to spend a couple tempos here. But otherwise the threat was like f3 and like queen h4. And so like bishop g6 otherwise would be good. Like you're not supposed to hit this bishop because bishop h5 is something black might do on their own anyway, even unprompted, just because this trade is something they want. But not with f takes g6. With h takes g6. F takes g6 can be problematic, and they won't have h takes in this line. But anyway, it's not what happened here. G6. So I played here knight g3 trying to take this away. h5, f3. So they had this option, but I didn't think it was good, right? Take, take, I was going to play h3. Oh, also this is hanging, more importantly. So yes, that f file just opened. So we're just up a piece there. So that's why that didn't happen. Bishop d7, bishop g5 is fine. So we were threatening to take that knight for free. Bishop g7 protected. Yeah, I thought here castles long made some more sense for black. I was really not in a great position to attack this king. I thought maybe, okay, made more sense with this pawn already here, h5, h4. This felt more like a situation here as I dodge h4, more like a situation where I can get to that king, but okay, e5 came very quickly. Knight t2 is fine. I didn't have an opportunity to play f4. I think, like, if I can play here, bring my knight to e5, play queen h4, maybe play f5 at some moment, like, with that pawn on h5, this becomes a major weakness, I think. So f5 at some moment would be very nice, especially with the king right there, as I was saying. But it's not to be here. I guess there's some quicker problems here, like with the pins, with e5, who knows. Knight d2, so here comes e5. Takes was a mistake, what in the world? I had to protect this pawn. Okay, takes, knight e5. Yeah, I mean, check and take was annoying to me. Yeah, and... oh, rook e was fine. Check, this was also possible. But here, king h1. Yeah, apparently I got a lot of problems on this knight. You know, my piece is just not coordinated. The kind of position has changed so many times. c4 takes, and dc4, yeah, I was relieved. No queen c4. Yeah, it's recommending like bishop d1, rook f2. These are very passive moves. Like long term, yes, that's an isolated pawn, but short term, I mean, like I'm gonna lose this knight. I got it protected. My pieces are not doing the ideal sorts of things. But dc4, so now we're solid. Queen e5 is a good find. I have to give the bishop pair back, but okay, rook e1. Queen e3, not the most challenging. Yeah, probably just something logical like this, bringing in more pieces. They have a bishop pair, but it's not like the most killer kind of bishop pair. Bishop e4 hits b7. This is a little passive, especially considering this wasn't really a threat, because that's not a good trade for me. But they played rook b8, so now I really felt free here. Okay. But anyway, yeah, we got him with knight a6. We got him with knight a6. They blundered this. Okay, here comes my next game. Alright, we are playing a Spanish International Master. Good luck. Riding a 2-game Title Tuesday win streak. Busch-Gass Gambit. Ah. I cry. I cry every time I have to play Italian openings. Okay. It's an early b4. I believe, like, there's an option to put the bishop here instead of the standard that way. I'm gonna go for that idea. c6, bishop c7, because they played b4 so early, right? So if a4, c6, it's an option. I think this is a good move, like knight g6. It's a common maneuver in these lines. I play these lines sometimes for white. It's just Joko Pinissimo. It's played at the top level of chess. That what we just transposed it to. I don't think that's a good move at all, actually. I don't think that's a good move at all, because now h6, and it's going to have to go away. Oh, I followed it up with h4, though. Maybe I should play h6 and accepted this. But, h6 take, f takes, bishop h4, g5. Oh, is that a good deal? Maybe. It's an interesting deal. I'll go for it. This was their idea. So they give themselves that square. That was my concern for them. Oh, okay. Yeah, they didn't have to go bishop h4. Okay, well, I cannot castle in that direction now, and I don't want to exacerbate this issue. Bishop g4. Yep, it's time to look at going this way with my king. No f3 at the moment, of course. B3. Just gonna queen up. Check and take would be bad. Kind of a weird position. I've gone F takes. Is it bad? Is it good? Does it give me a file? Right, here comes A4. I'm probably going this way. Well, C6, D5, but I mean, that would be a problem after trading, right? Bishop E2, Rook E1. Not seeing... Oh, Bishop E2, Rook E1, Queen G4. What an idea. H3, Queen H5. It's quite crazy. H3, Queen H5. Probably not the best, actually. I'll just go here. Useful move regardless. I'm not sure. Okay. Bishop B5, I have C6. Alright, they took away my bishop E2. Oh, I'm running out of squares. Bishop E6 is a nasty move. Six and G4. What do I have there? Takes. Do I have something? I don't think I do. What would I have there? Take. Can't sacrifice that many things. Oh. I think that was just bishop E6. I think that was just missed. It seemed really good to me. I don't know what the issue was. I thought that was their idea as well. Okay, let's take away bishop E6. Okay. Get that square. Maybe G4. I guess this is their idea. Here in A5. Go rook A5? No, I can't. I gotta do my own thing. Which one's my own thing though? Probably this. Oh, knight T3, that's hanging, yeah? Yeah, that's a good pawn. Oh, I'm so low on time. Okay. What's my idea now? B5. Oh, B5, knight A4. That's a good idea. Knight A4. It's gotta be almost pre-moved. Oh, knight D3 could be almost winning after queen B4. I think it is. I go check. I go queen E2. I'll go queen B6. No, knight A4. B1. Oh, I'm threatening to take it. Yeah, that's a good fork. I gotta just trust they won't pre-move prank me. They might. Take, I'll just go B4. Okay, good. No pre-move prank. C5 next. Comes the other rook into the game. Oh, they stop me. Okay. That's annoying. Just gotta go. Oh, this is, I mean, this is dead. Dead to rights there. We're good. Yes, we're so good. so good. We're so good. Oh no. Oh, checks. Gotta escape. Oh, am I escaping? Queen d6. Escape. Escape. Oh, they can take b2. Oh no, they can't take b2. Oh, they can take a1. Oh, they had that. They had a1. Yeah, right now. They can take a1. Flag, flag, flag. Yes! Let's go! Come on! Came back from so much time down there. Oh, that was good blitzing. That was good blitzing. I was very conscious of pre-move pranks the whole time. Like, I hovered over my square each time. Oh, we pulled that out. We pulled that out. I was down a lot of time. I was down a lot of time. It's tough on 1 second increment. Oh, that was a good game. Okay. Whew. Feeling good. Feeling good. All right, let's have a look. Wow, so it was a Busch-Gass, declined. We got an Italian. An 87, good move. I like this. So bishop g5 was interesting. I played an he6. And so my idea here is just h6, which would chase... There's no bishop h4 anymore. That's the best way to deal with these things, right? If you can bring the other knight here, then you can just run them completely out of rope to pin you with, right? If you control that square. But in h4, so they created their own square on h4, but then went back. So it's kind of interesting. Look at fate. What did I miss here? Bishop h3. What a move. I was kind of like because I was looking at this, I was aware that there was kind of like not much going on here. I wanted to then come back bishop f3, but it doesn't work here because there's like h3 and it whatever, it discoordinates my stuff. So the bishop h3 is a draw. So this, and we've got at least some checks, right? Check, check, check. Check him here. But okay, interesting. Anyway, but rook f8. So take f3. Now I think yeah, bishop e6 and g4. He didn't want to go for this. But I think he kind of had me. I mean, I would get some comp for the piece, and f4 is a good square, but, like, it's a piece, man. It's a piece. But, okay, in the game, knight d2, g5, and immediately I'm good, because I control that, so we're good. But he's now very focused on this idea of playing a5. He doesn't want me to push past with b5, so that's why he played b5. He wants to open this a file. But now I'm coming up with my own idea. I zigzag my knight, knight f1 for some sort of defense back here against g4, but I just grabbed this. Nice pin there, so no takes d3. a5, pull the knight back. Here's where I start getting very low on time. I don't know if yeah, you can see here, a minute 41 to 18 seconds. And that, in, like, 1 second increment is like, it takes longer than a second to move, so it's almost no increment. And so, you can really get flagged. So takes rook f7, moves the queen. I go rook c8. I don't know. I felt like I was losing the battle for this file anyway. Like, I can trade everything. I guess it was a better thing to do. Whatever. Trade, 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 queen e6. Okay, whatever. I mean, yeah, it was better. Not whatever. But rook c8. Okay, I felt like takes was happening. I don't know. I just felt like I didn't know what they were going to do to me on this file. And like rook c8, I put it on useful square. Felt logical to me. And I was going to go g4. I was going to go rook f4. I was going to cause some problems here with g4 undermining all this stuff. That was my plan. But rook c8, I didn't have much time anyway. So a6, here comes this pawn. I get in front of it. And I feel like I'm controlling most squares, although the knight starts top around. King comes to a slightly better square. And now here's where I come up with... g4 is much better. I guess just like the pressure here. I come up with b5. Queen b4 I thought lost on the spot to this. Here. Oh, they can go king f1. That's the key. They can go king f1. There's a rook controlling here. There's no mate. Otherwise, some other mate ideas of like check and check, right? But okay, I also want to go to a4. But so I guess they were scared of that as well. They went here. Now I go queen b6. They get out the way. Knight a4. So here we come in the way of this. Now a7. I can get rid of this pawn, after which I'd be up 2 pawns. We're also threatening this fork. Although somehow I missed something here. Queen d3. Yum. C4. Okay, so they can really undermine this, and then these rooks, because I can't go C6, obviously. This pawn's a big issue. So I got some issues here. This is gonna take, and these rooks are gonna be beasts. So we gotta be aware of that one. Also, the trick here is knight C5. I can't get out of the pin this way because I get mated. So maybe like king G8 was the idea here to hang around. Probably what I would have tried. This is a bad pin. So I don't know. Well, knight a4, we get in the way. It's a good idea. Like, the rooks are good. Let's put the knight right there. So I came up with b5, knight a4. Seemed like a good idea to me. They played c4, knight c3. It's good, even if there's no pawn to take there, because the queen moves, and then we take the rook. Yum. So now I play here b4. c5, I think, is a great move. Because if they don't play c5, I think the game is over very easily. Because I play c5 myself. I don't lose this pawn right now. Rook takes a7. It's just GG so quickly, right? Like the rook's fled in, and like white could, like, just has no chances to make this complicated. But c5 by white prevents this rook from coming into the game, like and just offers the queen in, and now there's some problems, right? If I play rook takes a7, I blunder checkmate in one, for instance. So I play here c6, hanging on to my rook here, which was threatened, and so this rook's also open, so I'm trying to take here. Check, king over, check. It's annoying. I give my rook here. King h8 I could have done, but there felt like some annoyances here, and there's this pawn hanging around, and I don't know about my king. So I wanted to simplify things as much as possible, so I just sacrificed and kept rolling with this guy. Now my big issue is getting out of the way of checks. So it likes here h4, b2, rook b1, and if takes, maybe there's some checks. Check. Oh, and h5. What an idea. h4, h5. What's up, weapon X? So now if I go like rook a1, for instance, check, check, check. Bringing the pawn to h5. What an idea to add to some perpetuals. So that was the trick there. Neither of us saw that, of course. Here comes rook d1. So h4 is the best move by a mile. Rook d1, b2. So it looks like b1's about to win the game, but here, so rook b1 now again. Takes, which was not the simplest. Queen a7 is the simplest, and it's hard for white to keep. So for example, if trade, the fact that this is mate really helps. In fact, white can resign here right away, because rook a1's about to win. Otherwise, it's tough. Like here, it just keeps my king so solid. So practically, this was just a much better way to do it. I control this diagonal, no checks. And again, any trade on b2 will end in checkmate. It's another benefit of playing h4, right? To not have this always lose for you if you're white. By creating that square for against back rank mates. Otherwise, but I played rook takes a7, so here comes some checks. Check. Queen e6 was better, actually, because now there's more checks. They don't have to lose a tempo here. King h8, because you can give this check, and then another one, and it's a little tricky to get out the way now, right? King's probably going to have to go for a run like it did in the game. So here, check. Now they need to spend a move to threaten something. Here comes rook a1. Check. Check. I make these moves just to gain 1 second increment. Being careful against 3-roll. So here comes my king out for a run. We don't have queen d8, which otherwise I think would have kept me boxed. This is not the way to go. I feel like that could get you mated with the queen with the help of the pawns, like queen f7, and like here, and like here, imagine something. So I went here, check, king continuing to run away. Go, go, go. Check, king c7, take, king b8. So now it's already... Okay, oh, this is why they didn't take, because if they took this, not take, because like the queen is controlling, but b1. Again, back rank, and this is checkmate. So they can't take, so they play queen h8. Oh, so this was a blunder on my part when I went to the a file, because now it's check. And so this is drawn again. Right? Otherwise, if it weren't check, I could take b1. And they have no way to defend this rook, right? Like queen g6 or something, like there's a pawn in the way. So I gotta run away some other way. So like here, check, here, or queen d8. Check. The engine says every move is winning, but it's like, how do you actually end the checks? Oh, here, I think we're in the clear. We're in the clear, and we're threatening, like, to mate them. Okay. I guess, but queen g8, maybe that's not the best. What about this? Queen d8 here. Gotta get out of the way. Check. Now, don't allow queen b3, so you gotta go here. Nobody's controlling that way, so rook takes a1 does nothing. Wow, okay, but what a game. And then here, I think I played pretty well in this, and then I just kind of flagged him. I think this was looking good anyway. I had that c-pawn. But okay, next game started. Subscribe if that one goes on YouTube, because that was a wild series of games. All right, well, we're playing an IM. Oh, from Romania? Can we get a London Crusher 9000 on the board? That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Unless they play the 82 line. Yeah! London Crusher 9000 against an IM entitled Tuesday. Let's keep that win streak going. Takes, no problem. Same idea of going E5 and getting them on that diagonal. Man, I gotta really remember my London Crusher prep here. Yeah, knight c7 last turn would lose to bishop b4. Some very, very fun lines in this. I know bishop d2 is actually like the refutation actually that I give in the video, but it's a very, very difficult move to find. I mean, it's possible. And even then, white needs to find more stuff, but it's just against this. It's just against this. The idea for white, it's, oh wow, bishop d2, what a find. Okay, so the move here, I believe, is knight c6. There's more to find if you're white. Bishop c3 looks like it traps the queen, but I have bishop b4, pinning that. What a move. I'm very impressed. Very difficult move to play when this is hanging and when knight c7 is an option. Knight c7 is still an option, and I believe maybe even... Wow, I think that's also right. If they find... I think it's bishop c4 next. If they find that, this is insane. Bishop c4 because it threatens rook b1 without losing the a2 pawn. It would trap the queen. Bishop c4, what's the move? Takes. Okay, they play rook b1. I have to take it. Unless I should have given my queen. Taken here. Very interesting. Well, they're playing a lot of stockfish moves. I know that. So it's props to them. Okay, here comes knight e5. Now knight c7 is a threat, but I'm actually up material at this instant. Let me take these Gambit glasses off for a second. I'm up material. Probably won't stay that way for long. Knight c7 now seems a bit tricky to deal with. For example, d6, take, bishop g4, queen c1, or no, they gotta go bishop e2. Take. My only other option would be king d8. Otherwise, d6, bishop c4. Queen a4. It's very hard to say with any certainty. Okay. I think this is what I will do. Take, because bishop c4 was too nasty. And this stops knight c7. So no bishop c4 anymore. That knight was very good. c4 my idea was a6. Oh, wait, but I can't take the knight because of this. Shoot. Can't take the knight because of this pin. Yeah. That sucks. How can I even make this tricky? I don't think the queen sacks were getting me anywhere there. Might just be down a piece now. Okay, bishop c3. That's probably a good move. Oh, I should. Why didn't I go here? I guess g3. I still have issues. Yeah. All right. Well, in for a penny, in for a pound. Maybe we have something. Who knows? E3 is my next big idea. I don't know. I'm down so much stuff. I mean, I'm obviously totally lost, but Maybe it's a bit tricky. Bishop can't move because of take g2. Let's get these back on. Bishop a5. Do I go b6 or do I go king e7? Probably. Actually. Probably b6. Here e3. Easy choice. Don't want a queen trade. b6. Easy choice. Can't lose this bishop. I don't know. Oh, that was smart. Okay, I'll check and take the rook. If they go queen takes f2. They're smart too. Check. Take the rook anyway. Am I mated? Oh, I might be mated. I made it on the spot. Am I? I actually didn't see the most obvious of mates. The idea was to hopefully frustrate them a little bit in finding it. Oh, wait, no. That's not mate. It means winning, but it's not mate. I'll check bishop d4. Don't blunder queen e3. Don't blunder queen e3. Oh, wait, that was trading queens. At hg3. Okay, GG. GG. Wow. All right, well, that was a very well played game on their part. Wow, that was an interesting one. That was an interesting one. So we went for this queen b2. So this is the London Crusher 9000. And they did everything right with this bishop d2 move and everything. So, c6. Yeah, bishop d2. So, I mean, it's like, so if they take this, then bishop b4 check is very strong. And it's very difficult to block and to not have to go king e2. Right, so for example, bishop d2 here would force king takes d2 in every line. So they played here bishop back. A very good move, knight f3. And I believe, yeah, the move here, bishop c4, offering this, going rook b1. So bishop c4 guarding a2. And then there's some queen sacrifice here. You gotta go like king over to not get forked. Maybe throw in this, why not? g1, now king d8. But this is supposed to be good for white. But basically that is how to realize white's advantage. And it's just so unbelievable. I don't even know if it's been found in the Holy Chess database. But anyway, we get this line. So they play rook b1, which is also a very good move. I take a2, so they have this draw if they want it, which they don't. e5, very good choice. So this was correct. I gotta take it. Bishop c4 is gonna like win my queen, or at least win f7 or something. They have to take that. Takes knight d5, but best was e3. Tough one. F takes, and then using the square. So now if they come get me, I take this. Again, using the fact that the queen is busy. King takes forced. b6. Pick up the knight and have compensation for the exchange. So that's the line. Wow. Okay. In the game I played here, knight d5. Covering c7, c4. Wow, they played so well. a6, and then this brilliant move, rook a1. I missed it. Pin right there. What was the best option? Best option, not very good. I got to take back on a8 or something. Even just bishop e2 right now, if you're white, you can escape. So a6. Wow, really brilliantly played by white. Yeah, so here, okay, queen f4, at least stay in contact with this. Did I have any chances after this? Maybe it felt like they had a very good idea here, queen c1, because it looks like, I mean, if you're not careful and you're white here, it's the type of position that maybe 3 rook e8, like they can get you, you don't have bishop e2 because of this hanging. So, you still have to be careful. So queen c1, e3, check, and take c5 was a really nice find on their part. I mean, it's not like I really had much. King f2, another precise move. Queen f2 gave me more life by taking that rook with check. In the game, I took this, and then they did everything right here. Check, check, check. They didn't find the mate. Where's the mates? Little tricky check here, check. Here, check. Here, check. Here, check. Oh, you need to get the knight to e4. It's a series of checks that gets the knight to e4 to cover this f6 square. Really difficult to find. Anyway, it didn't really matter. They were up a ton of material. Sorry, this is the game. So they took all this. Alright, well, good find on their part. Good job. Also, not blunder queen e3 mate. That would have been nice. Alright, next game. Here we go. FM from Venezuela. Alright. You guys asked for a Von Hennig, you'll get a Von Hennig. Von Hennig Gambit on the board, baby. Here we go. Gambit glasses on. Von Hennig accepted, hopefully. Yeah. Don't go bishop g4. I will sack my queen and checkmate you. Alright, that's correct. Here comes e6. Here comes my favorite Stockfish disapproved bishop sacrifice. I got so many people with this one, man. They did everything right. They did everything right to this point. This is actually the only way you can play it if you're black. Bishop g6 was necessary. I was threatening to go knight f7 and rook f5, pinning there. This is all correct, but it's just a really, really tricky bishop sacrifice. Bishop takes e6. Slightly better, I believe, is h6, actually, instead of recapturing. This is a nice move now, bishop g5. Against any queen move, I go bishop g5. Take my knight, I take this knight now. If you recapture, then rook e1 will pick up the queen. I mean, it's still a very playable queen sacrifice. I believe it is Stockfish's recommendation. I need to get rid of this knight, or else there would be knight e4. And otherwise, like, if that knight's not takeable, then it is an absolute monster, stopping castling in both directions, controls these squares. No bishop development because of the pressure here. So, you know, if you can't get rid of that knight, then good luck. Queen e6, bishop f6. And just psychologically, like, the time's draining on your clock, your opponent splits out every single move here. You know, you're struggling to defend, even though this is like -1, -1.5. So bishop f7 played. Now I could take and take. What do we got? What do we got? So d5. Bishop e6, take, take. Not really what I want to do. I have knight g7 also. Although I think... Yeah, I think knight g7 is the play here. Then I want to give some nasty kind of queen check, some sly checky check. My goal. Check. Maybe this is stupid. Should I just take back my piece? Yeah, I'm just gonna take it back. Okay, well, I'm still down a piece. I took back one of my pieces. I had a rook f6 also last turn. I think queen check was interesting, but bishop e6. I probably would have needed to go queen e2, actually. One of my ideas was queen h4 if queen e7. I also want, like, d5. I want to just blow it open. But I need to make sure... Oh, I was going to say I need to make sure they don't castle. I was talking about that way. This way I feel like I can still attack it. Alright. Time to go get this king. Let's be a go-getter. This is the direction our pieces need to go. Alright, we got 2 pawns for the piece. King is a bit open, but it is anyone's game right now. We need to go get this king before they consolidate and just are okay. So for any bishop move, I'm happy to make that trade. I think it's a little bit vulnerable for the king, although not unplayable. Knight a6 they can play. Maybe less... I don't know, my queen should be on a dark square right now. Like, because I want, like, queen g5. All right, let's play your knight f6. Now I want to get queen g4. Maybe I don't have to spend two tempi doing this. Also, that's a target, but bishop g6 could be solid. Queen e6, so it continues to take this away. Yeah, bishop g6, I guess, is up next. Let's do this. d5. Bishop g6. And rook e1. Yeah, this is good. Let's do this. Let's shift the other rook in. I was going to go queen d3, but bishop g6 I felt like is something they're doing anyway. Pressure there. Knight is out of the game. I mean, okay, it coordinated the rooks. They could give the queen right now. They don't. They didn't have to. Oh, this is tricky, yeah? Take rook e7. It's good, right? Take rook e7. Yeah, it is good. That was actually a very good move. I think it was a very nice move. Now I have knight h5 on the table. I have rook e7 on the table right now. This doesn't change anything. Mate e8 is nasty, but there's no reason for that. Where's the mate? Where's the mate? I'm not seeing it. Did I miss something? Maybe. Just want to go rook e7 and not get mated. h5 I don't think was good. What do I know? Oh yes, they flagged. Was I winning here anyway? I'm threatening mate, and that rook's hanging. Rook up, I queen f8, but I don't know. I just kept the pressure on them all game. I didn't even know they were that low on time. Let's go. Let's go. Wow, good defending by my opponent, but this is why, like from a practical point of view, you know, this is why we gambit. This is why we gambit. Practically, it was just too hard to keep up with all the threats, and we kept our foot on the gas pedal as best we could. Thank you, Resting Forest. All right, well, this was a fun game. Von Hennig Gambit per request of chat. So knight f6, f3, take. Got to be careful with the bishop. Right? So if you go bishop g4, knight e5, one of my favorite opening tricks, hitting this, threatening mate, take my queen, I take your king. Otherwise, defend mate, I go knight g4. Bishop e6 is the best, but white here is much better after just swapping and castling. Bishop h5, you can actually still take it. Still threatening mate. So not that, and e6 also, you know, leaves black very vulnerable to this diagonal, with this bishop completely shut out of the game. If you play e6 before letting this get in the game, now the queen maneuvers to like h4, for example. This knight is now stuck. Mate threats are coming. Like you can now try to get that knight off the board. If they play h6, you can take it. But yeah, you can try and sacrifice here to try and take h7. Otherwise, g6 comes. Okay, well, very nice attack for white. Very nice attack for white if they shut that out of the game. So bishop f5 is the square to go to. Castles e6, knight g5. Now they got to be careful again because we are threatening take and there. So the bishop is in hot water again. So they need to play bishop g6 out of the way again. They came here. They've done everything right. Right? Wrong. Bishop e6. Very fun sacrifice. Stockfish disapproves. But very fun sacrifice. So the bishop is now, it's done everything right, but it's not controlling e6. It can't do everything. It's going to cover the king side, but the king has not made it that far yet. So it takes knight e6, queen up, bishop g5. So this is fun. Knight, as I said in the game, is very good. If you take it, this line I was talking about, take the knight. Here, rook e1. There's no knight e4 anymore. That's the key. That's why bishop g5 indirectly protects the knight on e6. Okay, take. Okay, this is playable, but next game started. I'll talk more about this game later if this goes on YouTube. Subscribe. All right, next game. Ooh, I'm talking so fast, guys. Bishop c4. Bishop's opening. What do we got? What in the world? What what can I even say about this? Okay. Do I go knight a5? Do I not? I think this is logical. I think bishop d3, I have d5. They're willing to give me that. G3, pressure here and here. But it's not going to work. Should I spend the time with h6? Maybe I invited this. Alright, what do we got? What do we got? I would love to play d6 and b6, but maybe c5 comes. C5. C5 should be too late. Hopefully we can restrain that. I think it's pretty solid now. Knight d5 is on the way. I feel a bit unsafe going short, honestly. I think g4, g5 would come, and it would be bothersome. Yeah, sub 1000. It's like the quick checkmate, right? It's kind of funny. Though it was legitimate prep for this guy, apparently. g5, you can play it. Alright, knight d5, I'm willing to take it. Knight wants to come there, I guess. G3, I'll play g6. Maybe g6, something I probably should have done last turn. That way I can exercise the push past rule. h5, g5. h5, g5, though, it does give them this nice square. Yeah, so that's going to be what they're looking at. King should be going this way, though. h5, g5. The knight comes right there, right? Alright, well, no longer concerned about this. Let's talk about where the kings are. Alright, I want to go a5. This is annoying. Okay, I want to go b5. When I play b5, the question is, do I want to go a4? Why would I lock all that down, though? I could... That a file could be mine. Could be mine. Oh. Oh, that's a problem. This is what I must do. Takes and king back. Could be okay. Maybe? Do they want to open all that? Maybe I'm a genius. Maybe I'm a genius. If they take it... Yeah, oh, they can't take it. Okay, they didn't. King back. Alright, well, I need to have something here. I have no... If they get me from this side, I mean, I tucked my rooks this way. This rook on c6 is so frustrating. I gotta go rook b6 somehow. They're taking away rook b6. Okay. And they're threatening this. Wow, what a move. I gotta stack them. I don't have anything working here. This way. King b7 now. Okay, that was an idea. That was an idea. King can stay here. We can just get this knight out of the way. Knight b8, right? That was a good Tetris maneuver. Tetris my way out of this. Knight b8's looking good. Got that. Oh, got something here? Wait, this is looking good. Isn't it? Why not? Do I want to put my queen on h8? Or do I want to just check? Probably check. Oh, they just... Oh, no, they didn't lose. Oh, check. No, wait. I'm gonna run out of checks. Shoot, I need to come back. Okay, I need... In these pawns we trust. Go, go, go. Open. Yes. Such a weird game. I think they thought I was gonna flag many times. But I haven't. Yes! I have another queen coming. Oh, I just lost that pawn. Oh no, they didn't want it. Okay. Oh, that was good, I think. E6 went away. Hang the queen. No tricks, no tricks. Oh, yes! Yes! Let's go! Yes! Come on, man! Let's go! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I was playing on like 2 seconds for so long. For so long. Oh my goodness. And they finally gave me one mouse slip or like one slip up. Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god. That was just such insane that was like 50 moves where I was playing like I needed to keep the checks going and everything had to be right and I couldn't blunder anything. Oh man. Oh, we finished with 7 out of 11. I lost track of my score. 7 out of 11. That is my best performance ever in Title Tuesday. And we beat an IM in the last round who was really playing for the win. Wow, guys. Oh my god. That was so awesome. Wow, what a Title Tuesday. I was 44th. I was 44th. Wow, and there's 435. That puts me like almost in the top 10% of title players, at least today. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Ah, that was great. I'm so happy. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. When he went here, I mean, it's such a dirty way to win, but but I mean, what? It's a way to win. I mean, he was also like he had some options to draw the game. It was clear he didn't want to draw the game. He didn't want to let me keep checking. Wow. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Um, wow. Thanks, guys. Oh, that was so good. That was so good. What a game. Oh, what a game, what a game, what a game. Because I was on the brink of flagging, man. I had to keep that going and not mess that up. Hi, YouTube, indeed. Whew. Okay, I mean, it started off so funny. I mean, he's trying to mate me. Okay, we play knight of six. I don't know what the queen b3. You can threaten it again or something. But okay, we do this. Knight e2. He gets an exclam for it. That's the cheapest exclam in the history of exclams. Um, all right, knight a5. I go after this bishop. I had this gambit apparently. Here, what's the idea? Knight b4. We threaten this. There's no queen there. Queen b3, a6, yeah, b5. All right, weird line. Um, um, 1 second. Bear with me. Okay. Um, sorry. Okay. Um, wow. I'm doubly sorry. Uh, okay. D3, I play bishop out. Okay, we have some normal opening. Yes, I'm doubly sorry about that. Okay, so I take that bishop, dc4. So I mean, it's kind of interesting. I play h6, take away bishop g5. Probably not worth the full tempo. I could just play d6. This isn't so bad. Just play h6 or something. Um, this is kind of what I was afraid of, though. Just kind of having some weaknesses. The knights jump around here. You know, like knights are good. They attack my pawns. In the game though, so I play h6, bishop just develops to a different square, so he spent a tempo to do it, whatever, not the end of the world. I'm happy to play d6 and b6. I feel like my structure is solid, there's no c5 coming, and my light square bishop is happy about this. We got some dark square pawns, got kind of a target a little bit. So my opponent just plays it kind of solid as well. Moving around, this isn't the brightest idea, but I need to play knight d7 because g5 would be nasty otherwise. Like imagine I just did nothing, g5 comes, take. Okay, they're gonna use the H file now. So that's not what I wanted. So I played knight d7. That's why I played bishop e7 last turn. So knight d5, I can capture it and just kind of try to hold equality here. King b2, I play g6. So I didn't want them to play h5 and then jump this knight into f5 where it would, you know, be very pressuring and also never let me play c6. But speaking of never getting to play c6, they play your knight d5, hitting the queen and this pawn. So I have to take it. CD5, and now castle's long. So we're on the same side here. It keeps recommending h5. I was thinking about h5. Oh, it says I should play h5. Speaking of keep recommending. So that's why I keep saying h5, because for both sides. H5 here. So now if I play g5, I shut down the files, but this is a nice square and very hard to arrange a trade. I mean, I'd love to arrange a trade, but very hard to. And in the meanwhile, at minimum, it ties my rook down to this. So I don't think I would probably play g5 if it came to that. And then I kind of have to deal with like not losing the h6 pawn and such. Regardless, queen d3 was played, so king b7, not allowing queen a6 check. But now here comes b4. So my opponent's now telling me they want to go rook a1, a4, a5. I'm like, I want to be first to the punch. So here, I stop queen c6. Here comes their rook around, so not a4, a5. So I play a5. They play a3. So because they don't want to play b5 or take. They don't like if they give me that c5 square, then I'm totally all good. So they play a3 to maintain control right there. So now this is where it gets interesting. So I play queen d7. I'm trying to play b5. Oh, knight c3, very good move to stop b5 and not play b5 yourself. So they can knight c3. Yeah, white really controls all the key squares at this juncture. So they can play knight b5. They can play rook c3. Neither of us saw it. He played rook c3. So now I get to play b5. Queen comes back. Knight a6. So what I needed to do is probably take and now knight a6 or rook a4, knight a6. Yeah, we can put some pressure on it. Like, for example, your rook b3, knight a6, and if they play c3, then the other rook can jump in. They have knight c3 here to swap this pawn for this pawn. Right, so in the game, I played here knight a6, rook c6. Yeah, rook c6, yeah, so that's the issue with knight a6 also. This is a nasty square. It's just like so in my face, and it stops me from protecting this pawn, which is like kind of important, right? So I play here rook b8. So I'm hanging on, because if takes, now all of a sudden you've just unleashed the absolute fury of these rooks down towards your king. Queen's got to move away, ab4 comes, knight c5 comes. Everybody's jumping into the game other than this queen, which is still cut off by the rook. Okay, wait, don't hang your knight. So knight c5 first, making use of the pin. But okay, the rooks and the knight are very happy about this. So not takes b5, so I play c3 to consolidate this. King's got to run to c8. But now I've tucked my rooks this way, so the queen's now jumping towards this side, right? And also stopping rook b6 with queen takes b6 because of the pin this way onto this pawn. So no rook b6, and this rook is so in my face. So queen e3, I have to go rook b7. This is a good idea. I think rook b7 is like my only idea. Rook's got to come here, so the king come here. So for example, if queen h6, oh, it is what happened, right? So rook ba7, now check, my king's got a square, and we're ready to unleash the fury this way. Takes, probably sacrifice the knight, here come the rooks. Okay, rook ba7, queen comes back to e3, knight b8. So queen comes back to e3 is not the best idea, because now knight b8, knight not only gets out of the way of these rooks, important, but also is trapping this rook, also kind of important. Right, I'm going to take that super valuable rook, but they took this h-pawn, and here comes white's h-pawn. So what's coming in first? So I didn't even bother spending the time to take that rook. I'm taking b4, and here comes my rook. So I take a3. It wanted me to go for this, though. Take. Now h6. Now queen c4. I'm probably just getting in... How is this working? Oh, rook a3. Oh, because queen a3. Now you're not playing rook a3, but you have time for queen e2 check first. Oh, and it all ends with this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful take, and you guard everything in time. But okay, it doesn't look like with this pawn like roaring down to h8, right? Supported by this rook, it's gonna queen with check. Queen c6, queen c4 just doesn't look like something you'd consider. But it's a really really nice idea to take a3 with even more oomph. So rook a3, I play. So now it evaluates to a draw. So takes. Knight c6, okay, wanted me to throw in gh5. Getting the g-pawns out of the way probably opened up some more things in some lines, who knows. So I take. Oh, they shouldn't have even taken. Just go. Just go. Interesting. So knight d4. Take queen. Now, wait, the queen can get to h8 now. So what if just h7? e2 and h8. Okay, and then we play this, where white's up in exchange. Oh, wanted queen d8. Saying here we have some drawing chances. I guess, like, the king's defending everything. Knight's gonna put some pressure here. Excuse me one moment. Oh, sorry, that's a disgusting thing to do on stream. Alright. Yeah, so but anyway, this is crazy, crazy stuff. So they play here dc6. Let me mute that. So they take back here instead of pushing h6. I mean, they take back immediately. Queen takes. By the way, for context, so they have a minute 17, I have 11 seconds, and 1 second increment. So I've got to really be playing all my moves instantly, because it takes typically longer than 1 second to make a move. So this is trending towards 0, right? But this is only move 34, and we got to move 86. We got to move 86. That is another 52 moves I've got to play here, and I've got to move, like, even if I average 0.9 seconds per move, then I'm still gonna flag after 52 moves, right? So I gotta, like, and it's tough because these moves become tough. So he spends the time on king b2. I think so h6. So here's the situation, right? After h6, so I could run my queen to h8, but then we're stuck here, and this knight. I mean, if it could ever attack my queen, of course I would lose. But it's very interesting. So the rook's obviously stuck on the h file. Someone needs to protect this. But the knight can't really get here, right? Or at least, like, I just don't see a path. What does black do in the meantime? I mean, they can't do this either. That would be a losing endgame. maybe we can bring the king to b6, play c5. I have a pawn advantage here. I got two extra pawns, right? So maybe c5, and maybe we can try to support that with the king. But the queen can't help. It can give like a check at some moment, but then it's got to come right back to h8, or else white promotes to a queen. The other option to draw the game, which I guess is easier, is just to start giving some checks. Like probably like queen in, h7, check, but this is somehow less clear. Here takes king a1. King a1 is the only move that wins, or that even retains some advantage. Kind of crazy. Otherwise, like, yeah, I mean, king a1, I mean, it makes sense. There's actually no check here. Well, this is going to promote with check, so this is tough for black. This position, though, it's also not even clear, like, how white would not get perpetualed, right? So kind of really interesting stuff. But it's easier for black to go for the checks, but I think, yeah, they probably have to run their queen to h8, and it would be a really tricky endgame. But anyway, in the game king b2, so they're prematurely dodging the check, but they should just go with the pawn. So king b2, now queen c4 is a good move, and now you can see the little eval here, right? So they're giving me the edge right now after queen c4, because h6, I'm threatening to take this knight with check. So that's pretty significant, because then also, like, the king can't step to the third rank. That's check, and I would win this. And also king a1, I can also just, like, start attacking this rook, right? This pawn is too far, right? They didn't. If the pawn were on h7 right now, very different story, king queen. But otherwise, like, I'm attacking the rook, you know, rook moves somewhere, and then maybe we can win it with a series of checks, right? Queen takes g4, threatening queen g1 check, for instance. So, very interesting stuff. So knight c3 they play, which is a mistake. They wanted rook h2, slightly more precise. But okay, knight c3, I can't blame him. And I take this. Queen d3 is even better. Oh, because the thing's like, yeah, you go after this rook, right? Go after this rook, because the pawn is not here. It's like rook h2, you can keep attacking it. Now rook h1, you would lose that with check. So go after this rook. And if it goes away, of course, then you get this all-important pawn, and the endgame's just completely winning. So, interesting stuff. So I take this pawn, king c2, queen c4. Queen c5 is much better. Wow. Oh, because a check. Because that check. Yeah, so this is the exact kind of distance. This is a good pattern to know. This is the exact distance you don't want to be if you're the side with the queen. This knight, like this pattern where it just blocks the queen, where the queen's right in front of the king, really blocks a lot of checks. You can see it controls like all these squares that would all be checks. So it takes, yeah, another tempo to get around. My idea was just to play b4. You can see here I'm at 8 seconds, so it's trending down a little bit. King d2, b4. So king d2, also, yeah, probably just play h6. If you're white here, take c3. Don't go to d1, because then I would take the rook with check. But I guess we would just draw the game like this. Check, check, check. And I think, yeah, I mean, definitely no side has any other option. This is going to promote. And I can't get back to h8 right now, obviously. My pawn is in the way. There's no other route back to h8 with checks. So you would just draw the game this way. And here's the point, right? When the pawn was on h6, this was a great idea to attack the rook. When the pawn's on h7, it's a terrible idea. This is just check and you're down a rook. So I play your b4. I'm sorry, they play king d2. b4, hitting this. I wanted queen d4 check. Yeah, go after the rook, right? Go after the rook. That is the winning idea. So I play b4, though. Knight moves, check. I'm just trying to find some checks. So we trade here, check here, which I think is key. Because I felt like if I go here, the king was kind of running away. It's going to be here. My queen doesn't have easy access there. It's protecting the rook. Here comes this pawn. I'm probably going to have to like run my queen to h8. Then this knight can maybe get me. I didn't want to do that. Although, okay, so queen a7, I felt like here was a good find. It prevents them from slipping in there. So I keep the king here. I pull it back into the abyss. More checks, more checks. I know he didn't want to draw, so he's got to go to a different square. And that was a very poor choice of a square, because I have check, and, oh, I missed it. But queen takes f3. Queen takes f3. I missed it. I missed it. I'm down to 4 seconds, though. You can't blame me for hovering over the a2 square. Because, I mean, I cannot flag. But queen takes f3, hitting the rook. This pawn has not moved an inch. And it's a very critical pawn to run up the board, because now, like, I have all the time in the world to probably chase this rook off the file, right? So takes, for example, here, queen h7. We can stop the queen on we can stop it on h7. And also, look at all the pawns I've scooped up. These pawns can just push themselves with the queen's kind of just generic passing support here. That is a lot of pawns to go. So that would have been a nice way to win. Instead, I just keep checking. And knight c1 is now forced, or else they lose that rook. And, oh, just b3 wins the game. Wow, okay. Missing stuff left and right here, but we're just check, 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 check. That's all I do. As long as I keep checking, this pawn won't be pushing. So king f2 check. It's not a lot of progress. Okay, so now I'm out of checks. I'm like, shoot. I gotta move my queen to set up some more checks. Alright, so the pawn made a square of progress. This is very low quality chess. And then I'm like, shoot, maybe if I go here, then 82, I might never block again. So I need to get back to h8, and I do. So now we're in this situation. At least in all this, I've gotten a pawn. Remember, I was up 2 pawns before, now I'm at 3. So my queen is stuck here, but maybe here come the pawns. Maybe here come the pawns. So king e2, here come the pawns. King d3. Okay, that's kind of annoying. I would have liked to play c4 and gotten these guys rolling. d5, though, that's a great move, though, because takes e4 check. Now the queen can help. Now the queen can help. For example, here, like, the queen can come in for some checks. And take... Oh, this wins already. Because king e2, check, take the rook. And the king has to go to e2 or c2. Both of which this is check, wins the rook, guards this. So that would win. So e4, I sacrifice these guys, get the queen involved. Get this pawn out the way. So takes here, c4, here we go. Pawns are rolling. Pawns are rolling. White's got to be careful. Knight e2, b3, d6, b2, here we go. And here I think white needed knight c3, but they didn't do it. Yeah, so king d7, I got to use my king. My queen cannot really help because of h8. But I gotta use my king. It can take d6, we can go. And remember, my queen can give, like, a brief check here. It can give, like, a brief check if needed. So, and then it's gotta come right back, right? Or else h8. But, oh, I had this. Oh, and just trade, and I can promote, right? We can't do everything here. Okay, interesting line. Anyway, so king d5, and now I go takes and b1. So I win the pawn. I got a new queen. I win this pawn, but it's interesting. I don't know why they didn't take f7. They check here. King up. Knight d4. Yeah, I mean, they got to get rid of my pawns here. Because eventually I win this game with the pawn. So check. I don't know, man. I'm just trying to check. Queen a2 is best, setting up this. So check. Take. No, well, okay, this is what I was expecting. Take. I'm not sure that this is winning. I don't know why it would be. Unless I can win this rook with a series of checks, but you could probably just not lose the rook. Like check and just bring it close. So, because I don't have a fast pawn. But king e5, and now that leaves me this pawn. So I go check, and I make that trade. That's good. This pawn was really in my face. I didn't blunder rook h7 to win the queen. And so now here's a series of blunders I don't make. So king c7, check here. We're staying on squares where we're not losing our queen. f4, c3. This is a very good pawn. It's got the support of the queen. So here, queen c7. It just hits the rook. Looking at that pawn, looking at going. King e5, c2. c2 was actually a mistake. Letting him trade that actually probably allowed white to draw the game. It wanted, like, king up. And, like, probably keep at some nasty sorts of checks. Yeah, table base, you're right. Table base. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, so this is winning. It's all winning. Oh, king a5 was draw. King b5 was winning. Knight d4. No. Oh, yeah. This was drawn now. This was drawn. But that was losing. King e6. What in the world? So king b4. I don't understand. What is the idea? Because c2 is happening. Like, why isn't this... I guess, like, the king is, like, just too far to help. Because, okay, with the deal with rook and pawn versus queen, I guess it can be drawn if this king is too far, right? Because, like, otherwise there's no way for black to kind of make progress. Like, the king's got to be able to get in front, and then the queen can deliver a series of checks to pick off the pawn. This is drawn, but I guess, like, if white just does something silly, like, we get this position, you see, now this is all winning. Sorry, I don't have... It's kind of interesting. You can't really see. Sorry. Regardless. Yeah, it is very difficult to understand. I agree. In the game, though, okay, so, but in the game, I mean, it's very far from accurate because, so I play c2, take, and now I'm just trying to give some checks, so again, the pawn can't roll. Check. I'm trying not to flag, but my opponent's low on time, too. My opponent's gotten low too. I try bringing the king closer at a moment where the pawn can't advance. The rook is hanging. Rook's moving around. Queen d7. I just need to make a move. Here. Oh my goodness, I had queen d6 check to take the rook right now. I missed it. I'm just giving some check. Here, check, check. Move, move, move. Don't flag, don't flag. We're at 2 seconds, 3 seconds. And finally they go rook f6. Probably a mouse slip for rook g6. And I take it. And, what a sigh of relief. Wow. Wow, guys, what a game. What a game, what a time, what a titled Tuesday. I promised to go back over one of the other games, didn't I? Let's do that. What was I going over? Wasn't it the one before this? Oops. Sorry. Maybe it was this one. Which one was it? This one? Where were we in our analysis? Yeah, okay. So we were talking about this in the Von Hennig, right? We're back. We're still on stream. What's up? Say hi to YouTube. This is for the other part of the YouTube. So we were talking about this sacrifice, Queen D7, Bishop G5. Okay, so my opponent did not play Queen E6 because of this idea, take, Rook E1, winning the queen. This is an interesting queen sacrifice though, and Stockfish, it's one of Stockfish's recommendations for black. But you see here, like D5, they have two bishops and a rook for the queen and a pawn, right? You can see it says like minus 0.4. Very, very interesting sort of position because they have poor development. They have some weaknesses and their king's unsafe. But a rook and two bishops for a queen is a sizable haul because two rooks for a queen is already enough often, and then two bishops is even better than one of those rooks. So that is a lot. But the king's unsafe, so it's a very interesting position that they can go for, but they didn't go for it. So bishop f7 hit my knight in the game, and okay, it wanted me to just take here and then take f6. So that, I guess that makes sense. Oh, the point is don't go rook f6. The point is go knight e4. That's a nice idea. That's a nice idea to go knight e4. You want to take there with the knight, of course. There's no knight d7 right now. And so now you're going to be landing here with a big oomph, wanting to fork. Although now even better is like rook e1. So lots of nasty, nasty threats here. In the game, though, I go knight g7, which is fine. Takes... Yeah, my idea was queen e1, and I abandoned it. Okay, but bishop f6, and they castle. So that's a good idea on their part. Take knight e4. I'm trying to now jump in this way before they're able to consolidate. They should be able to consolidate. Knight a6 is a good idea. Knight comes into f6, queen up, queen d2. So queen e6 is also another good choice, I believe, for the queen, because it takes away queen g4 check, and then rook e1, and then, you know, like, for example, if here would have been probably a bad choice, because now queen g4, and now rook e1, and now my pieces are looking maybe pretty good. Knight h5, rook e7, everybody's going to be pouring in. So queen e6 played in the game. I go queen d2. Bishop g6, another good move. So it looks like now they're really patching up, and this knight's chased out. I at least have rook e1 for now. Queen slides over, so knight's hanging, but queen g5. I like this move a lot. So rook f6 did not work out for them, because I have take, rook e7 check. And I'm going to pick up that queen. However, they could still play this. They have a haul for that queen, but, you know, like I said, so the king's floating in the middle of the board. I want to go queen takes d5. I want to take b7. Right? So we can really kind of come after them while that king's unsafe. King stays exposed. So they take this pawn. They're doing everything right, but at the cost of time. At the cost of time. They really defended this very well, but you remember in this game they flagged. So here already I'm at 56 to 9 seconds. So that is a huge advantage in 1 second increment time controls where like the difference between 3-2 and 3-1, it's a big difference because like you can make a move in like 1.5 seconds and your time can be trending up, or at least in like 2 seconds to keep your time trending steady, tread water. But to make a move in 1 second, because even if you're making your move in like 1.5 seconds, right, then like in 12 moves you're out of time, or like a little bit more than that. But it's really tough. It's really tough to move that fast unless you're like really hovering over that square or to do any sort of thinking, any sort of, you know, you need absolutely insane mouse skills. So here, rook f7. I don't know. It looks like a solid enough move if you're black and you don't want rook e7 coming at you. But so you need to find the right defense, and it is defending a queen c5 is very logical. It proposes the queen trade and fights against this. But there's rook e5, so I mean it's not so clear. Queen d6. I wanted rook e7 anyway. Doesn't it work anyway? Oh, it doesn't work anyway, because take knight h5, check, winning the queen, but you get mated. So you can't do it anyway. But an interesting position. I mean, h4, h5 is another idea, perhaps. Because queen d6 also has no threat, right? Rook f6, right, it's the same idea of rook e7 check here, picking up the queen. So tough to defend for black. I don't know. King h8 now, h5 still comes. It's just so hard with such a little time. So rook f7, h5 check is a good find. King h8, now we swap. c3 was the key. C3. Queen cannot guard both these mate threats. It has nowhere to go. So rook g8 forced, and you can take it, but even better is queen e7. Take, they can go king takes, right? So then take, they get the knight. So queen e7, interesting. We want that f6 square. Queen g4, so they at least have rook g7 and they're threatening mate, so you can't take the bishop. Check rook g7. So that's another reason the queen came there. And now we can just trade stuff. We'll keep the queens on. Their king's unsafe. Yeah, kind of an interesting line. Interesting stuff. So I mean, that's still very good for white. So c3. Yeah, I mean, it's just so hard. Like, my opponent has already found so many only moves to this point. And I messed up. To be clear, like, when I played knight g7, that was already a mistake. That was already a mistake. Because here, like, if that was a pawn, then I can go knight e4 and take back the pawn. But, like in this position, right? If I went like this, it's a pawn. You can play knight e4. But when there's a bishop, yeah, you got to take it back with the rook. And the rook doesn't make a big threat, but the knight would have. So I already messed up to this point, and they really have not. So it's just so hard. And so finally, in such severe time trouble, they play rook f7, which allows me this idea. I don't even see c3. I go rook e. I play knight f6. So I want rook e7, but that is issue here. So I just play knight f6 because I knew, like, I didn't want to play h3 also because rook g8. Yeah, that would have been worse. That would have been worse. Rook g8, and now black is totally, totally fine. So I play knight f6 at least to take that away. Bishop g6, great move on their part. Again, kind of locking me out. Now, again, if black can consolidate, they're up a piece. Now, they're not using a piece, which is why I'm still able to make these threats. But if black can consolidate, they are up a piece. If they can just trade queens or just hold it together, right? So I just play h3 right now. h4 made more sense, but I'm trying to just create king h2 so I can play rook e7 without getting mated. h4 made more sense because maybe h5. So here comes rook f8, hitting my knight. I just pull it back. But they're still playing without the knight, right? So, like, I mean, like, this, okay, it's very good, but it's very, very difficult at such a little time. Queen f4, proposing the queen trade. I dodge it, of course. Got a piece. h5. Yeah, I mean, oh, they had rook e8. They had rook e8. They had rook e8, which would have forced, yeah, I gotta go here to go back, right? I mean, giving the queen makes no sense here. So I gotta go here to go back, so that makes a lot of sense for them. h5, I have knight e5. Bishop back to h7. So h5, I think it makes this very unsafe. Bishop comes back to h7, knight d7. That's a nice move on my part. Now we're unleashing this again. We're hitting the rook. I want to use the back ranks, like if rook f7, for example. I wanted to go check, maybe come back knight e5. Now I want to use the 7th rank, right? So we're really kind of just dancing around, probing around, trying to make problems. If this knight were here, I wouldn't, like, I just have less resources than them, right? Attacking is about resources. I need, like, if you have more like that's why development advantages are big to like strike quick, right? Because like you could be down a pawn, but in reality like up a rook and knight if the rook and knight are here and not doing anything like you guys saw in a prior game, right? So here at this instant, dynamically, I'm not down anything because this knight's completely out of the game. But statically, if this slows down and this knight like gets back into the game or something, then I imagine the knight here. Okay, I can't use like all these squares, right? So like they would just have more resources around and I would be losing. But it's completely useless here for now. So rook g8, but black is winning because it is possible to consolidate and defend against all these threats. But rook g8, they even my opponent, very very strong player, uh, finally succumbed to this. Knight f6, our knight's dancing around, and in the position they flagged in here is actually winning for me because I'm threatening queen takes h7, and rook g7 I have. Oh, very nice. Queen g7 and knight h5. Very pretty, very pretty. I didn't even see that. Maybe I would have seen it. My idea was here. bishop g8. Okay, I have to see it at some moment. I have to see it at least now. Rook e8 here is not working. Oh, because I get mated. I was thinking I was going to go queen g8 and rook g8, but I get mated first. Okay, so you have to see this. You have to see this idea. That's cute though. And if bishop moves, which is what they should play, okay, you take the rook. Now, okay, maybe these guys can pour in, right? But yeah, anyway, my opponent flagged here. But subscribe if all that goes on YouTube. This was a really fun. This was a really fun titled Tuesday, guys. Whew. What a time. 7 out of 11. I'm feeling good, man. That was fun.